Hey everyone, we're back with part 2 of my tabletop review. These are all my micros. This is, let's see, a UFC T1 replica, Aimpoint T1 replica. This is another T1 replica by AMP, and this is an Aimpoint reflex replica. Pretty sure all the names are right. Cut me some slack if I'm wrong. And I really like micros just because they're lightweight. And because they're pretty small, you won't lose your peripheral vision. So I prefer micros. Let's just jump right into it. So let's start off with this Aimpoint reflex sight. I don't know the manufacturer because I bought it off of eBay for $30. Let's start off with cons then. This thing's actually crooked on my rail. Are they all crooked? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they're not all crooked, but this one is. The reason why I bought this one was I saw another player with this mounted on his M4. And it worked really well outdoors, so I thought it's got a bluish tint to it, might work well indoors. So I bought it. It is crooked, this one is crooked. Will that affect gameplay? I'm pretty sure it'll work fine. It does it does co-witness with my iron sights. Pretty sure it'll be fine. This is airsoft, okay? This is not precision shooting. Any other cons I can think about? It is very blue. I'll say that. It's not cut off or anything, it's just the angle. So you can tell that the red dot does work. It is very blue, as you can tell. So that might be a con. Let's move on to pros. It is very bright outdoors. It works well. Well, it is dim enough for indoors. Just a little concerned about the tint. It is very lightweight. It only cost me $30. And this is a really cool function. This is a special feature. So right now it's on a circle with a dot. You can change it to circle with crosshairs, just a dot, and then crosshairs. That's pretty cool. I've never had a red dot that's done that before. Another pro, it's not a tube sight, so you don't lose any peripheral vision. It's just a lens. It's pretty cool. And again, $30. That's really cheap. So that was the Aimpoint reflex sight clone. Let's move on to the next guy. I just want to give it a tabletop rating. I believe this sight's going to be above average indoors and above average outdoors. I don't want to give it a number just because I haven't used it yet. I got this probably 2 weeks ago. Alright, let's move on to the next sight. Next sight, this is a UFC, I believe, Aimpoint Micro T1 replica. And my friend bought this off of Evik, I believe, for $50, maybe $60 shipped. A little pricey. Let's see, some cons. He gave this to me because it's a flush mount on your rail, and he's got a 416, H&K 416. So it doesn't work for ARs that well, because you have to get really low on your stock to see through it. But it would work well on, let's say, like a P90, or maybe like an IPSC pistol. So it's a pro or con, depending on the way you look at it. And then another con, as an indoor CQB player, it's a really dark tint. So as you can see, it's got a very silvery finish. And when you look through the scope, or the red dot, yeah, it's very purple. So that's red on the brightest setting. Let me change it over to green. Okay, there's green on the brightest setting. Will it work well outdoors? It should work pretty well outdoors. It doesn't wash out. I would say it's above average for brightness setting. Another cool thing, see these caps right here? This is actually a tool, so you can zero it on the go. So you don't need any tools, you don't need coins or anything. You just little pegs in here. Connect with those. Just give it a rating. For indoor play, I would say this is below average for indoor use, and then for outdoor use, probably average. Okay, so here we have here's the box. The AMP Compact Combat dot scope. It's red. It's got a high mount and a kill flash. So this is a more premium sight. It cost me about $80 plus tax, and it comes with this bikini lens cover. Also came with this flush mount. So this is a riser mount. As you can see, it's really high compared to this guy. So you can mount it low, and then It also came with a kill flash. I hope you know what a kill flash is. Looks like a honeycomb lens made of metal, and it's used to mainly kill the reflection off of the red dot, and also for airsoft it works to protect your lens from getting shot out. Now I removed mine and I put this plastic do-it-yourself cover on there just so that I could see better indoors. Let's start off with cons. Price is a little high, but you get what you pay for. It doesn't co-witness with my iron sights very well. I just see the tip of it through the bottom because it's a little high. And then moving on to pros, it's a very crisp dot to look through. There you go. That's the brightest setting. Sorry, I'm so shaky. Okay. So it works really well. I would say it works pretty well outdoors. It doesn't wash out at all. I know it's hard to see on camera. There you go. Low setting works really well indoors. Here's a tightening nut so that you can adjust the tightness on your rail. And that's a really nice feature. It's got a quick detach latch on here. It zeroes really well. It uses a button battery. Goes right in there. Again, it comes with all those accessories I showed before. So this, I would say this is my favorite micro that I have, and probably my favorite red dot sight out of my whole collection. Just because of the small size, the lightweight, and the ease of use. And again, you know, this thing is really ugly. It kind of ruins the look, but bear with me. So I would give this an indoor rating of, I'll say 9 for indoor rating. Outdoor rating, I haven't used it outdoors, but I'm going to say above average, maybe a 9 or maybe an 8. Alright, so let's move on to part 3 of my video series. And part 3 will focus on these bigger guys.